What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back once again, and we're going to be talking about Part 4 and Part 5 of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, if you guys have not watched it, it did premiere tonight. I'm recording this on Tuesday night, so I'm going to go into depth as much as I can about what I thought about the episode, everything of that nature. Now, if you guys have not watched it, go ahead and check it out, but we're definitely going to go ahead and talk about it real quick. Now, it does leave off months after the event happened. Everybody has been doing their own thing since everybody died. We do get to see where Ryan, as well as Lex Luthor, has been trying to do a time machine. Barry left for months, returned, and somehow or other he's been gone for months, where he felt like seconds. And then we get to see Oliver pretty much be trained, I guess, to become a cosmic being, like we saw with Wells, as well as Lila. And we could see where he gives them an option to go back when the anti-monitor was originally released, the monitor, which to me, it wasn't that important. I really don't consider the monitor to be very important or an important character, because he basically did say that his work was so important. He goes to the beginning of time, and we get to see where he unleashes the anti-monitor. Then we pretty much, what the goal is to stop him from doing that. So he gives Barry the boost. Oliver does, which again, don't know if he is Oliver or what. So he gives him a boost, goes through time. Barry, Ryan, Kara, as well as Lex Luthor go on the planet that Monitor is going to be on to try to stop him. Of course, Lex wants to go in his image. Same thing where Barry goes through all these different memories, so does everybody else throughout the entire series of all the shows, to where each one of them had a bond made. Where, of course, when Sarah died, when Barry first met Oliver, Kate has experience where Oliver and Ray are not seeing eye to eye. And then also we get to see where Martian Manhunter Jean gets to see where Kara and Oliver met. So there's a lot of things about trying to deal with each other and their issues. So Barry does eventually get to them, grabs them, brings them to where they're supposed to be, and as soon as that happens, they go into the anti-monitor's world, and he tells them that no matter what you do, there will always be a version of the monitor that will always take his work more clearly. And then they have this massive fight scene where Oliver does show up as the Spectre, is what they keep calling him, and he does go head-to-head with the anti-monitor. Now, I will admit this was kind of cool. He does tell him after this big fight scene, he tells him, "You have failed this universe," and then he gives basically himself up to create another world for mankind, which is all of them are trying to do. And then as soon as that happens, because he tells Barry, tells Kara that as soon as you see it, you will realize that it is time, because it does get found out that Kara and Barry were supposed to die, but Oliver gave his life up for theirs so that way they could keep going. Once again, he tells Barry that. And once this happens again, Oliver, unfortunately, whatever version of him does die once again, giving up his life for a brand new multiverse. And we get to see where as soon as that happens, Kara wakes up from her dream. She's trying, what seems to be a dream. She asks her sister, "Okay, hey, what's going on?" Then she goes to an award ceremony where it is held, of course, for Lex Luthor, giving him a medal saying how much he's done for humanity. And she's going, "Okay, what the hell's going on?" And apparently now he is the boss of the so-called DEO, and also the only ones that remember are the Paragons. And we see where a new world has been now made, that all the heroes that were on different Earths are now on the same Earth. So this means, spoiler alert, because everyone shows up, even Batwoman and Black Lightning, they're all on the same Earth. Superman, Supergirl, the Arrow team, the Flash team, Legends, everybody, which is called Prime Earth. So that is pretty much what it was shown. So obviously Lex did do something for his own version to still be alive. So whatever happened to him originally to die. He is still alive. Whatever happened with Lena and Supergirl, that did not happen, so she does not remember. And then also we of course have a new person playing the president in Supergirl's, well, the world of that Earth, instead of the one we saw in Supergirl. And then we also get to see where in the whole entire show Sarah is trying to deal with what's going on with Oliver. The kids are gone, so Mia and William are no longer there. I guess they're in the future. And then we get to see where someone's trying to do another robbery with Bebo. So that was actually pretty funny. Seeing Rory do his whole thing was as Rebecca. That was actually pretty funny, I gotta say, seeing that. We also got to see where everybody at the very end of the well, not the end of the episode, but we got to see the best main scene for the fight. We get to see where they're fighting each other, and the anti-wave ghosts or ghouls or however you want to say it, and they're fighting them. And then they come up with a device. Ray as well as Ryan come up with a device to take out the anti-monitor from returning, to have him shrieking just constantly. And we get to see that to where it does work. And Sarah says, "Thank you, Ollie." So Oliver is now unfortunately dead unless they do something within the world of Flash to actually... I don't know, guys. I don't know how they're going to do this with Oliver, because now they're saying in the crossover event that Oliver is now dead. Somehow, just, I don't know, he's dead. So obviously there's a lot going on within this crossover event that happened where they changed a lot, to where it did show in one of them that the movie version of Flash, which is played by Ezra Miller in the Justice League movie, also in Suicide Squad, he was in part 4 of what supposedly was another timeline, so we got to see him. In the part 5, we got to see, of course, Doom Patrol. We got to see, because there was other Earths that they were showing. They did show Titans, they showed Doom Patrol, they showed Swamp Thing, which was amazing. They showed Justice Society Earth. They showed all the other Earths that has been shown, but then they go to Prime Earth, which is basically, of course, where Flash's team, Arrow's team, Legends team, Batwoman's team, Supergirl's team, now Black Lightning, they are all now on the very same Earth. They no longer have different worlds. They are all now on the same Earth. So they are having a ceremony for Oliver at the very end. They all say their goodbyes. They're leaving the Arrow suit in a glass case, lights a fire and memorial for him. Then Barry tells them that he did something just in case if anybody needs anything again, and he reveals what looks to be basically the Justice League table, their version of the Justice League table, and they all have their emblem on a chair, and they still have the Green Arrow symbol on an empty chair. They all sit down. Then they hear something. Well, it says at the end of it, Gleek. So I'm not exactly sure what that is. I'm gonna have to look into that. But that is exactly how this crossover event now ends. I did kind of go all over about with it. I really don't know how to say about this, guys. I'm very disappointed. I thought they'd at least show Oliver at the very end. So now, right now, in this crossover event, they're now dead, or he's dead. And then now, what changed, what didn't change in the world, like what happened now in Supergirl's world with what's going on in Supergirl, what's going on in Black Lightning, what's going on now in Flash. How are they going to end it with Arrow? Of course, only maybe about 1 or 2 more episodes with Arrow. Like, I don't know exactly how they're going to do that, so it's going to be very interesting. I'm not exactly sure here, guys. We're going to find out next week. I really wish that they would have done something to, I guess, have Oliver return to help with this final battle. But in all honesty, was this the best crossover event they've ever come up with? No, I didn't like it. I thought it was horrible with the way they did it. Battering back and forth with Oliver. Again, I don't know how much this was either the writer's choice or Stephen Amell's choice. I think that it was really stupid. I think it was dumb. I think this back and forth also with Lex Luthor was very unnecessary. I can't take John Cryer seriously as Lex Luthor because all I think of is Bat Allen. I can't take that man seriously as Lex Luthor, no matter how hard you try. I can't do it. Also, I like seeing Batwoman in the crossover. I like seeing Black Lightning. There was a lot of more touchy-feely and I know that's what a lot goes on and off within the shows, and some people like that, other people do not. Now, I do think that some of that was to be used within both episodes, but at the same time, I do believe that there should have been maybe less and maybe more fighting, if that makes a little more sense. It was good seeing more of the legends in there. Now, again, depending on how the legends go forward, I don't know. Same thing, I like to see Mia and William remember them going back in time. We also got to see where Diggle does have his other daughter, which was absolutely amazing. We got to see his actual daughter, Sarah, as well as JJ. So I thought that was pretty cool. And also, I just now remember, we also got to see a version of Green Lantern, which was also badass. I'm very happy they put that in there. I wish it was shown, that version of Diggle, but unfortunately they did not, so that's open for debate. I wish they did. I do like the way they did with the forming of the Justice Hall, their own version of Justice League, which I really find amazing that they did. Also, their version of the movie Flash, which I do like that they're bridging between the movie verse, between the TV verse. I do like that they wanted to go even further within the possibilities of other cameos. But again, guys, I think the cameos within the first 3 parts is what was keeping this alive. And then I think it was more downhill to the rest of this entire crossover event. But the main thing, this crossover event was like waves. It went up and down throughout the entire time. I didn't enjoy it. I was waiting for it to be over. The Marauder was a terrible character. I think that when it did show that version of Wells let loose the Anti-Marauder, that he was somehow encaged for however many years after that Marauder was able to cage him, then he finally got loose and just started wreaking havoc all over the multiverses. That was insane. Seeing different versions of teams like we normally see in the crossovers, which of course that was expected. We also got to see just everybody come together. So it's kind of like they are, I guess, passing the torch either to the main 3. I think that are going to be leading this so-called new group of heroes will be either Flash or probably Kara or Sarah. Don't know. They're going to be the main 3, since the main 3 were Barry, Kara, and Oliver. So right now there is room for another Green Arrow. But if you guys already don't know, there is already talks for a spinoff, as well as filming for the Green Arrow as well as Black Canary, so Arrow and the Black Canaries. So we will be seeing Mia take up the role as her father, which I will be doing a video on sometime this week as well. But guys, this was a great, crazy crossover event. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I know you guys have been... I've been seeing so much comments on the videos I've done here, guys. And you guys, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that this crossover sucked. It did suck. I think it was the worst one. There was more bad ideas than I think there were good ideas in this. I think there was a lot of... they just should have said quit, not do it, because a lot of this they just should not have put in at all. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you guys are new channels, consider subscribing. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Let me know what you think about the full crossover event in total. I'll probably do another video possibly about the entire crossover event now that it's finished, but this is my review of part 4, part 5 of the Crisis on Infinite Earths of the CW Arrowverse. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see y'all on the next video.